Hey, I'm Devin, and welcome to Orchard Online.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke, your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you. When the road starts to go, I'll be there for you. Like I've been there before. I'll be there for you. So there for you.
Hey, I'm Russ, and the Orchard Online is the online experience of the Orchard Church. We're a family of churches that exist to grow deep in the love of Jesus and branch out to others with that love. I'm here with my friend Devin, who you've seen probably before.
Naturally.
Today, we're talking about a passage later on that is where Jesus asks a question, says, can you drink this cup? Now, he is sort of talking about what we drink, but Devin and I were having a conversation earlier about your favorite, like, Starbucks coffee shop sort of drink. Do you have one? I kind of mix mine around a little bit, but
No, I don't mix anything around, Russ. I'm a creature of habit. This is what I get every time I go. I've changed a little bit. So first, I never drank coffee growing up until I met Bailey, my wife, and now I drink coffee all the time every morning. But this is what I get. I go and can I get an iced venti white chocolate mocha with caramel syrup and caramel drizzle with whipped cream. But now I've progressed and I like it to be more coffee, so I don't get the caramel drizzle or the caramel syrup and no whipped cream.
that's a whole bunch of sugar.
Oh,
A
it's
venti.
so like to fill the void, I can't get that every day. It's like $18.
Yeah.
So I get a Dunkin' Donuts thing, and it's straight sugar.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm addicted to sugar more than caffeine.
Yeah.
Because caffeine's not in my drink.
Yeah, I didn't drink coffee until about 5 years ago.
Okay,
My
yeah.
wife and I did this sort of fast thing and the only thing you could drink besides water was black coffee. And so I started drinking it that way just to have something besides water. And so I went from, like you, I would get like the big, tall, hot white chocolate mocha with like lots of whipped cream and stuff like that. And now it's like, give me the darkest, plainest black coffee that you can get.
Yeah, so I tried to save us some money because I was spending so much money on coffee, right? And I was like, Bailey, I am gonna just drink black coffee, but you need to make it strong, because I was like, my coffee is strong when I get it at Starbucks. So I thought it's really just sugar.
Yeah.
And so I get the strongest double shot of coffee black and drink it for like a week, and I have the worst headache in my life. I'm like, Bailey, I can't do this anymore. So I never did that again.
All right. So you guys are actually you're gonna have morning dose later on, and you're gonna be actually drinking different things.
Yes.
And guessing what they are.
Yeah.
We're also gonna talk about that passage where Jesus says, can you drink from this cup? We got a lot of good things planned for you today. Thanks for joining us. We're glad you're here.
Can you drink this cup?
Drink it with your mouth.
Can you drink this cup?
Drink it with your mouth.
Oh no. Hey, my name is Devin, and this is Chris, and this is the Morning Dose. It's a show where we play games, make fun of each other, ask questions, but not in that particular order.
Yep.
And we've got an exciting game today, Chris. Let me tell you what we're doing. I can try to explain as best I can.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it.
Well, no one is, because this is the worst game ever. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a lot of different cups, and we're gonna ask the question, can you drink this cup?
No.
Great, but sometimes you need to say yes. Anyways, so can you drink this cup? We're gonna have a cup, and it's gonna look like it's either drinkable or not drinkable, and we're gonna wager back and forth.
Okay.
And if you say that you can drink the cup and you drink it and it's actually nothing gross, you get a point.
Okay.
And if I say that I can drink it and I drink it and it's not gross, I get a point.
What if it is gross? Do we get a point?
No, you lose a point.
Oh, okay, I got you. I know how
Yeah,
it works now.
the worst thing is to get a cup that's gross. We
Okay.
also have some lifelines, which will be a lot of fun. We can phone a friend, we can smell the cup, we can make the other person drink it no matter what. So,
I'm using that one off the gate.
oh yeah, just like you drink it. All right, so this should be fun. First cup, please. Oh, we both get a cup. Okay. It looks, okay, let me tell you where my thoughts are. It looks deceiving. It looks so not like it's not gross that it's gross.
So let me ask you a question. If it is gross and I drink it, I don't get a point. But if it's good, I get a point.
Right.
I'm not gonna drink that cup then.
Because you know
I'm very confident I know what that is.
that's gross?
And I know that that's not something that you would normally drink.
Okay. I'm obviously gonna drink it.
Oh, okay.
But I'm with you. Somebody's got to drink it. But
Would you like me to tell you what it is before you
No,
drink
this
it?
is my
Okay.
this is what I hope is. My hope is that it looks like Dr. Pepper, but it's actually only Mr. Pep. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
well,
But
no.
that's not it. What do you think it is?
It's soy sauce,
Oh dear God.
for sure.
I love soy sauce, so
Or something of that nature.
right.
Dale's, something like that.
I love Dale's.
It's very, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be great, but it's
Here we
not,
go.
it's not drinkable. It's not what's.
Down the gullet. Nope, that's gross. You were wrong.
Is Worcestershire? No?
Is it coffee with salt?
Ugh.
It's not bad though.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend that I'd use sugar instead. But. All right. Oh God. All right, next cup, please. Oh, here we go.
What is this, milk? Oh, gosh.
Okay, I'm already saying I could handle that because I knew something like that color I would probably be able to handle. I don't like anything about this.
I got a feeling that this is almond milk.
Well, that's not bad. Do you
I'm
like
gonna
almond?
give it I'll taste it.
All right.
Because I think this is an
Good.
easy.
Good.
I will say that I absolutely hate milk.
Really?
Yes.
Like normal milk?
Oh, milk is the most disgusting thing
Okay.
ever. So, cheers. I don't think that was almond milk.
What is it?
I think it was formula,
Oh no!
which is drinkable because my
Is it formula?
yeah, it's drinkable because babies drink that stuff.
And not to mention, me and Chris both have children, so we are very familiar with formula.
Oh, that is awful.
Oh! But I get a point. Ding! Ain't that the truth? Nope. I can already tell by the way this is sticking. I'm going to use a lifeline. I want to smell this.
Oh, I already know what this is. I'm gonna drink it.
Really?
Yeah, this is drinkable.
You know what this is?
Oh yeah, I know what this is immediately.
What is it, hot tea?
No, it's tomato soup.
Oh, well, dude, you got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink it.
All
That's
right.
my go.
Ooh, I smell it.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Tomato soup.
That's phenomenal. I wouldn't have even considered that one a good one, so.
And then we go, beep, 2.
So what's the score? 2-1?
2-1.
We should subtract a point if you get it wrong, but we didn't. Ooh, it's cold.
Yeah, it looks,
It's gotta be Coke.
it's hard to smell it too.
Right. I didn't have to use my smell last time.
No, you didn't. You tasted it. I would like some of that too.
Well, we know that this is whipped cream because we watched it.
Yeah. That's obviously what's green.
So that's gotta be Coke, man. Look at this,
Yeah, it's something fizzy for sure.
Yeah, it's fizzy on the bottom. I'll drink this. I'm gonna drink this. It's 2-1.
I'm just afraid that they're tricking us.
Oh, it's definitely. I'm gonna smell. Crap, I shouldn't smell this. I'm only gonna be able to smell the whipped cream. I'm going for it.
I'll drink it too.
Okay.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's good. It's cherry
just
Coke.
Coke.
Cherry Coke.
It's just Coke? Is there something in it?
Oh, vanilla.
that's great.
Yeah, vanilla.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is good.
That's a reward.
This is delicious.
This is great. Can we have more of this? Is there another cup?
Oh, I didn't know we were taking communion.
Nope. Nope. So, okay. Automatically, it has a smell.
It's a very strong smell.
Yeah, and I've smelt that before. I can't put my finger on it. Do you know the smell?
I would like to use my smell and
Okay.
really get in it.
That's what. Okay.
It's banana and spinach. I think that this is a
Smoothie?
like a smoothie.
Like a Splash 8.
Yeah, like a V8 or something. Splash A. What are you buying? Off-brand drinks?
Isn't that what they're called? Splash
Is it
8s?
V8? I don't know. Maybe. I'll drink it. There's probably salt in it, but I'm gonna drink.
Wait a
it.
second. Is this the last cup? Okay. This will give you 3 though. I'm gonna drink it too because I think it's normal.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Yeah. Good smoothie. It's juice. It's good.
That's phenomenal.
It's delicious.
That is great.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Looks like throw up, but
Oh, yeah.
it's very good.
Little another sip there. Was that something gross? Oh. Okay. So just to. Okay. Me just using my brain here. This was good. This was good. This was good. This is not gonna be good.
No, it's chunky.
Yeah.
I know what this is, so I'm going to phone a friend
Okay, good.
to come up here and drink it.
Okay, great. Because I don't want to drink it, and I thought you were about to make me drink it.
Oh yeah, I will.
No,
I forgot that was a tool.
Nah, you've already said phone a friend.
I want you to drink the pesto.
let's-
That's what I want.
No, is it pesto?
Yeah, I'm pretty positive it's pesto.
Oh, dude, I can't drink that.
I'll smell it. I'll use my smell again.
You've already had a smell. I'll smell. Nope.
No, I can't drink that.
Let us phone a friend. Oh, here we
got it.
go. Oh. While I'm waiting. Whipped cream.
You have to come do something.
Welcome, Will. Just come and
You have
sit.
to come sit down.
All right, Will. You know that we're in a series called Asking for a Friend, right?
I'm aware.
And the question that we're going to be doing is, can you drink this cup? So we're playing a little game of Morning Doves, can you drink this cup? But the kicker is that...
That's not the kicker.
No, that's not the kicker.
No.
That we had one option to phone a friend to drink a cup for us. And my friend, you are that friend. And we are asking for a friend. For you, my friend, to drink that, my friend.
Do I get to know what it is?
We don't know
nope,
what it is.
because we didn't either. Just whatever. Oh. Just whenever you're ready. Will. Just look into the camera.
Do I have to drink the whole thing?
No, just
No,
a
just a sip.
taste. Yeah, you can just taste it.
What is it, Will?
My developed palate. It's not bad.
What?
It's definitely some Asian flavors. I would say there's some teriyaki sauce or some soy sauce, maybe.
What's in it? Okay, is teriyaki in it? Soy?
Pesto, that's the part of it.
That's the
But it's
whole.
the brown color.
That's the whole thing.
Pesto and chicken broth.
Huh.
All right, Will. Go ahead, do, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
That's
no
it.
problem. Glad to help.
Thank you for your palate.
It was inaccurate.
Okay, so now it's tied 2-2. So now our lovely host Tiffany is going to bring in the tiebreaker,
Yep.
which can probably only be
Gross.
yes.
Yep.
So I don't know how we win now.
So what I say, I don't either. So what's going to naturally happen is we're both going to be like the other person drink it, because that's the lifeline we have left. So we got to get rid of that.
Yeah.
So how do we win?
Maybe we both win. We both go down together.
Yes.
What color is it?
Not any color I drink. I know that this is. I know immediately what this is. I don't think this is going to be that bad. Do you know what it is?
No.
It's Italian dressing. That's it.
It's just the idea of drinking it.
It's a sip.
You're a sip.
Edit that out, please.
All right, so then I'll force you to drink it, and then you will then checkmate me and force me to
I'll
drink
force you
it.
to drink it.
Let's chug it. No, I can't.
No, there's no way.
Let's just drink it. Let's
All
just. Oh, ugh. I mean, it's not awful, but I just don't want to drink it.
Yeah, it's just, it's too much of the,
Pull out this Coke float.
too much of the same thing. Gosh, I had no idea Italian dressing was so salty.
Yeah, it's very salty.
Oh my gosh.
It's making my hands
I
swell.
put that in my body when I eat salads? That's insane. I need to be eating more healthy.
Ugh.
Cream. Moving on?
Yep.
Great. All right, Chris. So that was fun.
It was something.
Isn't that for sure? With Italian dressing on our breath, let's ask some questions. All right. What are some things that you're doing right now? What are hobbies that you got?
Yeah, so some of the hobbies is some friends and I from the church have started a podcast, so we've been doing a lot of that. I have a PlayStation 5, so not to subtle brag, but so I've been playing a lot of that. And I have a 7-month-old baby, so I've been playing with him a lot. So those are kind of my 3 main goes right now. So yeah.
What's the name of the podcast?
It's called 8 Bits and Bobbles.
8 Bits and Bobbles.
Yeah, man.
So what's the point of the podcast, just real quick?
Yeah, so the podcast is just everybody's a nerd about something, and so we kind of explore the nerdiness that you may not expect, whether that's your favorite television shows or sports or playing video games. We try to talk about everything. So yeah.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
sweet. Yeah. So I listened to it last night.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Thanks,
Seriously,
man.
I should look it up. But
Thanks.
I came home depressed. I talked to my wife when I got home, and I was like, Bailey, I'm not passionate about anything. I have no hobbies whatsoever, so I'm going to find one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, hopefully the podcast can inspire you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, next question is, what do you do? What's your role with Orchard Online?
Yeah, so for Orchard Online, I am, for a family of churches, like the worship leader development director. And so for online specifically, I kind of control all the worship content that's kind of developed and created. So for all the worship videos that you see each and every week, I'm kind of behind the scenes and sometimes on camera, just making sure that's going well and that all of our leaders from all of our sites are having an opportunity to lead worship on the stage that we're doing. So
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, good deal, man. All right, well, this has been another episode of Morning Dose. Thank y'all.
Thanks.
Then James and John, the sons of Zebedee, came over and spoke to him. Teacher, they said, we want you to do us a favor. What is your request? He asked. They replied, when you sit on your glorious throne, we want to sit in places of honor next to you, one on your right and the other on your left. But Jesus said to them, you don't know what you're asking. Are you able to drink from the bitter cup of suffering I am about to drink? Are you able to be baptized with the baptism of suffering that I must be baptized with? Oh, yes, they replied, we are able. Then Jesus told them, you will indeed drink from my bitter cup and be baptized with my baptism of suffering. But I have no right to say who will sit on my right or my left. God has prepared those places for the ones that he has chosen. When the 10 other disciples heard that James and John had asked, they were indignant. So Jesus called them together and said, you know that the rulers in this world lord it over their people, and officials flaunt their authority over those under them. But among you, it will be different. Whoever wants to be a leader among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first among you must be the slave of everyone else. For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve others and give his life as a ransom for many.
Years ago, I was in Honduras. I was with a group of doctors and dentists and nurses and other medical professionals, and we traveled around from place to place, providing medical access to people who didn't have access to doctors and dentists and those kinds of people. Now, as you can probably tell, I'm not a medical professional at all. I was in my early 20s, and I had a completely different job than everybody else. See, when people would come visit these doctors to get medicines or dentists to get teeth pulled, they would bring their kids with them. So little kids and teenagers would come with their parents and would have nothing to do. So my job was to try to find a way to entertain and get to know some of these kids and teenagers in every town in which we visited. But there's a language barrier there. I did not speak hardly any Spanish at all at the time. And what do you do when you are trying to entertain kids and you don't speak the language? Well, you play games. I'd organized some games for us to play, but the majority of our time was spent playing soccer. Now, I grew up not playing soccer at all, so I wasn't very good, but it was 20 years ago, so I was able to stay on the field and run back and forth and not look too dumb. And I was okay with playing soccer, but I wasn't very good. But one of the towns in which we went, there was a basketball court. And I was so excited because basketball is the sport that I grew up playing. It's the sport that I'm best at. I played all the way through high school, and I wasn't a great player, but I was always pretty good in every area that I ever went. But in Honduras, where they don't play much basketball, I was amazing. Every pass I made, people clapped and cheered. Every shot that I made, people were so excited. And it was like I was an all-star. It was like that I was a professional. In fact, one of the adults there who spoke English asked me if I played with Shaquille O'Neal. Now, before I tell you my answer, I just need you to know that I was much younger then, and I'm not proud of this answer. And I didn't say that I actually played with Shaquille O'Neal, but I did tell the guy that I had tried out for semi-professional teams and I was close to making it. I basically lied about my basketball career. Again, I'm not proud of it, but it's something that I did. And to this day, I still don't know why I did it. I think there was a part of me that felt a little embarrassed because I was around all these doctors and older medical professionals who really knew what they were doing, and I just felt younger and not like I was contributing very much. I do know that maybe I didn't think it was a big deal. Maybe I just liked the attention that people were giving me when I got on the basketball court. But whatever the case may be, I lied, and I had gotten to a place where my ego and my arrogance had elevated myself to a level that I was not at. Now, in the passage we read earlier, it's a story of two brothers, James and John. Now, earlier in the book of Mark, when we first meet James and John, they're just simple fishermen. And most fishermen grew up very young and learning some things about the Bible at the time. At the time, it was just the Old Testament. But in the first century, after you learned the basics about the Bible, unless you were a very strong religious student, you would just go into the family trade. So James and John would not have been respected in religious circles. They would not have been respected in powerful circles. There was nothing wrong with being a fisherman, but that's what they did. And Jesus calls them, and it's a great honor. But somewhere along the way, they get in their heads that they're more important and they're more worthy and they're more deserving of attention than they actually are. They actually have a conversation with Jesus. Maybe it's because they've seen Jesus perform miracles and they've been with him. Maybe it's because they've heard some of the things Jesus have taught and they have absorbed it and they just automatically think they're more worthy. But whatever the case may be, they go to Jesus. They actually leave the 10 other disciples. They pull Jesus to the side and they say, "Hey Jesus, when you get to your kingdom, when you get to your throne, can we sit on your right and your left?" This is a big question. It is a way to say, can I be the guest of honor? Can I be just as worthy, just as valuable, just as powerful as you? They're putting themselves on a level equal with Jesus. At some point along the way, they got to the point where they thought they were more important than they actually were. And this makes the 10 other disciples mad. The 10 other disciples feel in the same way, they look at James and John and they say, "What is going on with you? What is wrong with you?" And Jesus even asked James and John a question. He says, "Can you drink the same cup that I drink? Can you live in the same way that I live? Can you suffer in the same way that I'm going to suffer?" And this is where it gets crazy. Because James and John say, "Yes, we can. We are just as good as you are, Jesus. We are just as honorable as you are, Jesus. And we are just as worthy of everything that you are, Jesus. So give it to us." Now, it's easy to look at James and John at a story 2,000 years ago and say, look how big their egos are. Look how arrogant they are. What is wrong with them? But the reality is we struggle with the same things today. Because everything in our experience, because we're viewing it from our experience, everything screams to us that we are the most important person on the face of the planet. When somebody pulls out in front of you in traffic, we don't think about the fact that they may be on the way to the hospital because somebody they know is really sick. We don't think about the fact that maybe they had a flat tire earlier and they're on their way to work and they just don't want to be late and they don't want to get fired. We're not thinking about the fact that maybe they just didn't see us. No, what we're saying is, that person cut me off. I can't believe they did that to me. What is wrong with them? Why would they do that to me? Or when we're in a long line at the post office or at the bank or in the grocery store, we don't We don't think about the fact that maybe the person in front of us lost their job and they're trying to renegotiate a loan. Or maybe the woman behind the counter has 3 kids at home and the youngest one has been up all night and she's just tired and trying to get through her day job so that she can collapse on the couch at night just to take care of her children just a little bit better. We don't think about any of those things. What we think is, why do I have to wait so long? Why is this happening to me? This is deeply unfair. We would never say, I don't know anybody who would say, I'm better than this person or this person. I'm not better than anyone. But we live our lives in a way that says, I'm better, more important, more deserving, more worthy than everyone. This causes a huge stink in the group of disciples. The 10 are angry at James and John because they're living in this way that seems like they're arrogant and have big, giant egos, but the reality is, if we aren't on guard about that, we'll live the same way. We think we are the most important on the face of the planet, a person on the face of the planet. We elevate ourselves to where we will look at people that we even respect and say, I deserve just as much as they do. In fact, I deserve more. But Jesus pulls all of them to the side. He doesn't just take James and John, he takes all of them to the side and he talks to them about the way power is structured in the first century. And he says, you know that the rulers of this place, they lord their authority over people. They push their way to the front. In the first century, the Roman Empire moved into a town and said, you are now property of Rome. You can get on board or you can die. Those are your only options. They garnered more power by exerting their power even more. They pushed themselves to the front of the line and said, I am the most important, and you can either get on board or you can die. And today, we may not be conquering people in a military fashion in the same way, but we live in an era where people are tempted and even are excited about the prospect of me first. But Jesus says to his disciples, and he says to us as well, among you, it's going to be different. You are going to live different. In an era of self-promotion, we will let others go first. We will promote the needs of others. In an era where everybody's fighting to get to the front of the line, we will take the last place in line. In an era of marketing, we will let our words and actions speak for ourselves. Jesus says to his disciples, this is a world where people push to the front, and among you, it will be different. This is the challenge for us. This is how we guard against it's how we guard against this idea that we are so important. We take the words and actions of Jesus to heart. He says to his disciples, among you, it will be different. And maybe he says to us as well, among you, it will be different. You will not live in an era of self-promotion. You will live in a place that says, I'm okay if I take the last place in line so other people can get what they need. Recently, lots of people in the church as a whole, kind of thinks that if we just gain more power, we can persuade and even use our power to convince other people that we're right and they're wrong. But throughout history, the church has been its most powerful and its most persuasive when they realize just how powerless they are. And this is why Jesus says, among you it will be different, because when we live differently, it's actually more persuasive because people are drawn to us when we serve. Jesus had every right to say, everybody serve me, but he lived his life serving others, healing, teaching, getting down on his knees and washing the feet of people. Among you, it will be different. 15 years later, I went back to Central America and I was hanging out in Nicaragua, which is right next to Honduras. And I was playing soccer again with a group of people, but it was different. Part of it was because I was older and a little slower, but part of it was because I knew that I didn't have to be better than anybody else. And it's not that I have this great banner of humility that just swells up within inside of me. It's that I knew that I couldn't stay on the field with some of these guys, and that was okay. It wasn't that I was humble, it was that I was humbled. But I don't think I've ever had so much fun in my entire life just running back and forth and watching these people, these kids play this game that they enjoyed so much. And I think there's something to that. The second I realized how powerless I was, I gave up the need to be powerful, and I could just enjoy the world around me, and I could serve the world around me. And Jesus says this to us: among you, it will be different. What if, in an era of self-promotion and marketing and me first, we actually got to the back of the line as Jesus followers and said, what do others need? How can I serve them? What if we took the words and actions of Jesus to heart? Among you, it will be different. Let's pray together. God, we thank you for this story. And we pray that you would guard against, that all of us would guard against this temptation for us to be first, for us to be powerful, for us to be more important than others. God, may we be more in touch with you so that among us it will actually be different. God, help us to be less like James and John and more like you. Father, we want to be a people who serve the world around us. And because we serve the world around us, they are drawn to your goodness. We pray all of these things in the name of your Son, Jesus. Amen.
You hold the reins on the sun and the moon, like horses driven by kings. You cover the mountains, the valleys below, with the breath of your mighty wings. Treasures of wisdom and things to be known are hidden inside of your hand. And in this fortunate turn of events, you asked me to be your friend. You asked me to be your friend. And you are my first, you are my last, you are my future and my past. The constellations are swimming inside the breath of your desire. Where could I run, or where could I hide from your heart's jealous fire? Treasures of wisdom and things to be known are hidden inside of your hand. And in this
Hey, thank you all so much for joining us. I hope y'all noticed the theme throughout the whole episode. Can you drink this cup? But yeah, we don't want this to be just a viewership. We want this to be a community. So if there's any way you can connect with each other or with us, that's what we'd love for you to do.
Yeah, you can email me, Russ, at theorchard.net, if you have any questions or comments about what we do, or if there's any way we can pray for you, we'd love to do that. Or if you have any questions about our church, you want to visit one of our in-person locations. We've got 5 in-person locations. You can look at our website, theorchard.net, and it will point you in that direction. Thanks again for joining us. Have a great day.